So let me ask you a question. How rich is Bill Gates? What do you think he's worth at this very moment? Well, throw a number out there, and I'm going to tell you, you're just wrong. $102.2 billion. Oh, my gosh. $102 billion. This past week, Mr. Gates revealed how much his kids are getting when he passes away. Guess how much he's giving his kids? He said he doesn't want to spoil them with massive wealth. He wants them to build their own careers and have their own destiny. 1%, which means they're going to get $1 billion per child. That's Jennifer, Rory, and Phoebe. Jennifer, Rory, and Phoebe. Imagine hearing, you only got $1 billion, and you feel like, hey, I just got robbed. And on that happy note, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to America's largest, best, awesomest show about all things digital. It's the award-winning show, as a matter of fact, and I'm America's beloved digital goddess, Kim Komando, here with you once again. And just a reminder, you can find us on over 425 stations from coast to coast, and we're streaming in your favorite radio app. And you can also get the Kim Komando Show as a podcast. That's right. Just search for Komando with a K wherever you get your podcasts. And a big hello and salute goes out to all of our listeners on the American Forces Network Radio. I love this. 375,000 U.S. service members in 175 countries and 200 ships at sea get the Kim Komando Show. And I know you have a few questions on something digital. And of course, you can always tap into your favorite AI chatbot. But let me tell you a secret. They hallucinate. I do not. So when you need trusted advice, here's what you want to do. Just call the Komando hotline at 1-888-825-5254 to join in on the fun, or you can also make an appointment to speak with me here on the air. Just head over to komando.com, and there's an Ask Kim link right at the top. And I'd like to thank LinkedIn for helping to make this show possible. Better hires start with smarter insights, and LinkedIn has the strongest hiring data and insights to help you identify the right candidates. Find your next great hire on LinkedIn and post your job for free at linkedin.com/Kim. Terms and conditions apply. And I'd also like to thank Simply Safe. In a constantly changing world, nothing is more important than protecting your home and loved ones from harm. For millions of Americans, that reassurance starts every single day by arming their Simply Safe home security system. Whether heading out in the morning, locking up at night, that simple press of a button can do so much more than protect your family and home. It truly gives you that peace of mind. Simply Safe is setting the new standard in home security, delivering that peace of mind every single day to millions of Americans. And here's the deal you just simply cannot afford to miss. For a limited time, you can get 50% off a new Simply Safe system with professional monitoring. And let me tell you, those monitoring plans started around just $1 a day. No contracts, no hidden fees, and a 60-day money-back guarantee to prove Simply Safe is right for you. This offer is not going to last long, so take control of your safety today. Visit simplysafekim.com and save 50% on a brand new system. That's simplysafekim.com. There's no safe like Simply Safe. All righty, then every single day you can count on me to go to at least 35, 40, maybe even 50 different places to make sure that I know exactly what's happening on the internet, consumer tech, artificial intelligence, every single thing, so I can pass along this intellect and know-how to you right now. And here are 5 things that you need to be aware of. And we're going to start with the trade tariffs. Yes. And no one's really going to sure how prices are going to react. And I wrote about this in my free newsletter called The Current, by the way, that Apple iPhones and Samsung smartphones, they're going to be hit especially hard by these tariffs. Base model iPhone 16, currently at $799, could jump to, wow, $1,150. That iPhone 16 Pro Max, maybe even $2,300, $2,500. 80% of laptops and tablets sold in the United States are made in China. So we're looking at maybe $350, $400 added to that. So the bottom line here is that if you are kind of sitting on the fence about any type of tech purchase, you just need to go and buy it right now. Just go do it. Just go do it. Moving on to number 2, how one tweet moved trillions of dollars in minutes. What? Okay. I have to tell you about a small X account, just 1,100 followers, called Hammer Capital. On Monday this past week at exactly 10:11 a.m. Eastern Time, the account posted that Trump would pause the tariffs for 90 days, except for China. Okay, this spread so fast. By 10:13, 2 minutes later, CNBC and Reuters picked it up. They ran stories, they had banners on their sites, and so did a whole bunch of others. At 10:18, in 7 minutes, stocks soared, a $2.4 trillion spike. The White House called the claim fake news. Okay, and then CNBC and Reuters, they walked it back. By 11:01 a.m., the market reversed sharply, losing about $2.5 trillion. Now, here's really what's crazy, is that Trump really did announce, as you know, that 90-day pause on tariffs. And so that little account with 1,100 followers turned out to be 100% accurate. Moving on to number 3, let's go to Florida for this story. And that's where an Amazon delivery guy was dropping off a package when a woman walked up to him and said, "Help me." And the driver called 911 right away. Police showed up. They saw red marks on her neck, arrested her ex-husband, Frank Mataloni, for allegedly choking her. And even though they've been divorced for 7 years, she and her daughter, they still lived with the guy and kind of acting like a family. She confronted him and he said, "Oh, I'm not really talking to other women." She said, "You're watching porn on your tablet." And that's when he allegedly grabbed her neck, started choking her. She said he didn't stop until she nearly blacked out. Now, when he was on the way to jail, he told the cops, this is his quote, "I didn't really cause her to lose her breath." Oh, gosh, what a nut job. Hey, listen, if this sounds familiar to you, call 911. You can call 800-799-SAFE or text START to 88788. Moving on to number 4. While you're listening to me, I want you to think back on what you did earlier today, or maybe yesterday, or some point this week. Did you snap at someone? Did you give a friend a backhanded compliment? Were you just kind of a meanie pants? Okay, be honest. Now, what if there was some tech gadget on your person that was recording every single thing? And not just recording it, but I'm talking about analyzing it. That's the Limitless AI Pendant. It's a small device that clips to your shirt. It records everything that you say and uploads it to an app. Every single thing. The next day, you get a full recap of what you said and did, summaries, a to-do list, and little nudges for self-improvement. The pendant itself costs $199. And then there's, of course, a monthly subscription, because everything has a monthly subscription now, $29 for unlimited transcripts. Now, remember, it's recording every single thing that you do. So I actually tried it out, and here's what it said about me.
Remember Kim. Bella is only 11 weeks old. She's going to take a in the house. A lot.
I know. I was getting frustrated. I was. Potty training is not going well over at the whole Komando Radio Ranch, but she's so darn cute. I can't stand it. All right, I was just kidding about that. Moving on to number 5. You're 13, you live on Twitch, you're deep into your stream, and bam, your mom walks right in the door. You're so embarrassed. And your mom happens to be, yes, the Queen of Christmas, Mariah Carey. That's what happened to Moroccan Cannon. That's her son. His stream got a surprise cameo from Mariah. She strolled in holding a dog because why not? Followed by his twin sister, Monroe. The kid tried to stay cool. He invited mom to hop on until everybody in the chat just went on full meltdown. And then he said, "Okay, you got to get out now. They can see you." And then Mariah, cool as ever, like she was headlining in Madison Square Garden, said, "Oh, you guys, I love you too." And that's when our little 13-year boy said, "I love you too, Mom." So sweet. Hey, do you trust your internet provider? I hope not. Depending on where you live, ISPs can be required to keep logs of your online activity just in case the government wants a peek. Now, here in the United States, ISPs can even legally sell your browsing history. So what can you do about it? Get ExpressVPN. I use the app to reroute my online traffic through encrypted servers so my ISP just can't touch it. So why do I trust ExpressVPN? Any reliable VPN gets requests from law enforcement and the government. Now, let me tell you, ExpressVPN received over 300 last year, and none of them exposed any customer's history. Why? Because they have specially engineered server architecture that runs on volatile memory. ExpressVPN doesn't have any of their customer activity logs. It's actually private by design. So with just one click, ExpressVPN keeps your data yours. So get an extra 4 months of ExpressVPN for free right now by going to expressvpn.com/Kim. That's expressvpn.com/Kim. All right, coming up, we have some things that if you buy it on Amazon, you're just not going to be able to return them. How to run a free background check on yourself. We have some police scanner apps you're going to want to check out. And there's a new scam that's spreading across the United States. It has to do with a QR code and a diamond. Yes, and of course, we have just the best callers ever. And you have me, Kim Komando. This is your last chance, your very last chance to enter to win the brand new iPhone 16 Pro. I'd say a $999 value, but because of the tariffs, it's a $3,000 value maybe. You can enter to win right now at winfromkim.com. Again, I'm giving it away on Monday. I'm picking the winner on Monday, so this is your absolute last chance. Go to winfromkim.com. All right, joining me here on the Kim Komando Show is my cohort, my friend, Andrew Babinski, also the co-host on the morning show on KEZ 99.9 FM here in Phoenix, Arizona. Hi, Andrew.
Hi, Kim.
We're both wearing red today.
I'm always wearing red. I mean, I'm a diehard Arizona Cardinals fan, so it's like 80% of the time I have this color on.
See?
I think you're just copying me now.
You
see how stylish and good it looks, and you're just getting on the bandwagon.
Well, it looks good on me.
It's okay. We welcome you aboard.
We would do.
Me and the other 14 Arizona Cardinal fans.
I went to a Cardinals game. They lost.
Great story. Is that the one where you were texting me throughout because you were bored?
So bored. So bored. And I didn't even feel bad that Barry spent a fortune for these tickets. Like, is it over yet?
Can we go home?
What is it? You know, I saw something, speaking of sports, and I almost put it in the newsletter, the current where you can sign up at getkim.com, by the way, in case you want to do that. Join 650,000 folks who get Sex Smart every single day, every single morning, about glass basketball courts. Have you seen that?
No.
Oh, I thought for sure you would have seen that. That that the basketball courts are no longer going to be made out of wood. They're going to be made out of glass. And a type of glass that you can put LED lights underneath it. And so they can show logos and all this other stuff.
That's pretty cool.
Yes.
I hope it doesn't change, the fundamentals of the game. They've been, parquet floors forever, and they're used to it, and they're used to dribbling on it and moving on it and running on it. As long as it's the same texture, who cares what's underneath?
Well, they say that the tech has enabled it, and then, of course, they're looking at all the profitability.
Oh, of course.
It's just
going to be commercials all the time.
It's like boom, 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 boom. Coming from Germany. German
okay.
tech. All right, you ready to take some phone calls?
Let's do it.
All right. Gene, it just says in the Midwest. Okay.
Oh, we've
Gene,
narrowed it down to a third of the country.
Okay. Hi, Gene. Glad to have you with us. It doesn't look good from what I see. It just says romance scam.
Yeah, it's not good at all. And the reason I wrote in to you was because I had heard about the gentleman that lost about $900,000. And I wanted to share my story to hopefully prevent others from getting involved with similar situations.
Yeah, so what went down?
During COVID, and I was lonely and got online and found some people I thought were my friends. And they got me into some stuff and stuff I shouldn't have been into. And I didn't want others to get involved in stuff like that as well. That's why I contacted you.
So what kind of stuff was it?
I had a couple of different things. They were, it was a romance scam, and then there was also an investment scam.
So how did the romance scam start?
We were just playing an online game, and then, hey, let's talk over on Google Chat. And next thing you know, we're chatting all the time and doing some phone calls and everything.
Is it okay if you say the name of the game you were playing?
Was it Words with Friends?
Words with Friends. Wow.
Yeah.
They're going after people playing Words with Friends now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so was this gentleman everything that you hoped he would be when you guys were playing? Did he promise to marry and love you forever?
Of course.
Yeah.
And then how long did it take before he started asking for money?
About 6 to 7 months.
Whoa.
That is the long con right there.
That's a long time.
But what he was doing, rather than just asking for money from me, was he was having me accept money from friends who didn't have the savvy to send it to him via Bitcoin. So I was an intermediary, and therefore I've been indicted.
So you didn't lose a ton of money. You're in trouble with the law.
I'm in trouble with the law. I lost about $200,000.
And then, so you were doing money laundering.
Money laundering and illegal money exchange.
And in real time, when your quote unquote boyfriend was asking you to accept, did you know what the funds, that they were illegal funds, that it was dirty money?
I had no idea.
How did you know? Did the Secret Service contact you?
Yes, they did. And they raided my home.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And so what's going on now?
Court hopefully will be this summer. If I am convicted, it's up to 29 years and $900,000.
What are your lawyers saying? Are your lawyers saying that you're going to be able to fight this on the angle of you were scammed?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
It'll be a jury trial, and it'll be entirely up to the jury. And we know how juries can go one way or the other real easily.
But what's in your favor is you have transcripts. You have months of transcripts of conversations between you and your, again, I'll say quote unquote boyfriend, where he's asking you to do these things and also telling you how much he loves you and how much time you're going to spend together forever.
Yes. But I willingly moved money. That's where the Secret Service is after me. Yeah.
And do your lawyers have any hope that that there's something that the jury can vote, can say, like, you know, this woman was just in trouble. She was in the middle of a scam. And I mean, gosh, 29 years and $500,000 if you're convicted.
Yeah. I've hired a professional witness who is hopefully going to convince the jury that I was a victim. I was not part of this. They've got me as a co-conspirator right now.
Wow.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, this is
It's awful.
Yeah, it is awful. And it's taking the online scams to the absolute next level.
For sure.
Yes.
For sure.
How much money did you move around in the end?
About $300,000.
Oh, my gosh.
That's big time money.
It is. It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Jean, thank you for telling us your story, and thanks for coming on, because if we can just save one person
Absolutely.
from falling for one of these scams, money laundering, and now look where this has taken this woman's life. It's complete devastation.
But these scammers come at you from all angles, whether they're wiping out your savings account or they're making you part of illegal federal crimes.
Okay, what do we always say? If somebody asks you to go to a different chat platform,
it's a scam.
It's a scam. Bottom line.
They do it every single time.
Hey, if you're serious about protecting your privacy online, you have to listen up. Incogni just launched their new unlimited plan, and it's a game changer. You can now submit links to websites where your personal info is exposed, and their team of privacy pros are going to work to get it removed. Go to privacykim.com today and get 60% off their new unlimited plans. That's privacykim.com. All right, before we go back to all your phone calls and all the other good stuff, Amazon sells about 15 million products, and not all of them are eligible for returns. So, Andrew, what do you think is not eligible for a return on Amazon?
Lingerie and underwear?
No.
You can return underwear?
Yeah. Okay. Hazardous materials.
Wait a minute. You can't return hazardous materials, but you can. There could be hazardous materials in the underwear once they become used.
That would be awful. You can't take back prepaid gaming cards.
Well,
Okay.
that one makes sense. All gift cards are non-returnable.
No downloadable software. Can't
Okay.
return that. And insects.
I should have guessed insects.
Yes, you didn't guess that. See, this is a fun fact that you can take with you for the rest of your days and say, let me tell you about something you can't return to Amazon. And people will look at you and be astounded about how intelligent you are.
Oh my gosh, I am going to impress ones of people out there.
Okay. All right. Maybe not. All right. Let's see. Leroy in Reno, Nevada. Hi, Leroy. Glad to have you with us. What's going on?
Hi, Kim. How are you?
I'm great. What's happening?
Good. The reason I called is you're the one person I trust in these days of misinformation and ID theft. And I have some lyrics that I wanted to put to music. And I was wondering, there's all these apps online that you can download that will do that. And I just want to know, is there a safe one that I don't have to worry about them taking all my personal information and doing something bad with it?
Well, let's talk about the song. Let's talk about the song. So is this a song that you said you put together?
Well, it's just lyrics, a starting of a song that I've been thinking about for a long, long time. And so I came up with some lyrics, and I was wondering, is there an app that can just put a melody to this?
Well, here's the thing.
Even sing it?
There are so many apps. Now, in order for Andrew and myself to come up with the best app for you, the best AI platform, because there's several out there, is that we need to have some more information from it. And it would really help if you could sing the song, just sing part of the song. What do you think, Andrew?
Oh, absolutely. We need that inspiration to actually come up with an answer. Right now, we're clueless.
Yes. So if you could sing just a little bit of the song for us, that would help.
Well, I don't have the melody, so I just have the words. That's what I'm looking for, is the melody.
Just improv a melody.
Yes, it's just us.
Oh. Moonlight on the mountainside, cascading through the trees, bring the sweet smell of cedar, bringing you right back to me. That's one of the stanzas.
Oh, that was so sweet.
Is this a country song, do you think?
Yeah, I would like it to be a country song. It's kind of in memory of my son who passed away.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll read the last stanza if I can real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
I miss you more than life itself, and one day we will be together walking side by side into eternity. So I was just thinking if somebody could put up a tune to that and sing it.
Well, there's a great AI app called Suno, Suno. And you can type in a prompt if you want, a mood, a theme. You can say country. And you can put in your own lyrics, and then it'll just come out with a song.
It's funny that you called in with this question this week, because just this week, my girlfriend's youngest daughter is on a club softball team, and they all posted their bios on Instagram. So I went to Instagram, took all the bios, put it into ChatGPT. I said, I need you to write me a rap hype song. It wrote it. I took that, put it in the software I use.
What did you use?
I use ilovesong.ai.
Okay.
I've never researched it to know if it's safe. It's probably scraping all my information and selling it to China.
Yeah.
But it spit out a song in about 3 minutes, and it turned out amazing, and the kids went wild for it.
Wow. See, then can you put that on like SoundCloud or Spotify and start making money off of it?
Well, it's specific. It's a song about the girls. So I'll get at least 14 downloads.
Okay,
I think that's where we're going to cap.
That's true. It doesn't have that big mass appeal.
Not really.
Like if I were to sing.
Yeah, if you wrote a song, oh, yeah, mass appeal.
No, if I were to sing the song.
Oh, no, that wouldn't be mass appeal either.
Yeah, Leroy, you don't want me to sing. It's bad.
Me either.
Well, no, let me tell you something. You actually did pretty good.
You did.
I think you did pretty good.
I could feel the heart and emotion behind it.
All right, so either try Suno, it's Sunoai, or what's the one that you used, Andrew?
ilovesong.ai.
Okay.
Okay.
And then, you know what?
Thank you.
When you get done, send us a song. I'd like to hear it.
We'll play it.
Yeah, it'd be amazing. It'd be so good. And we're sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
Sonia in Columbia, South Carolina. Hi there, Sonia.
Hi, how are you?
Wonderful. What's going on?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me on your show. My mom has been following you since the 90s. So
Good.
I've kind of grown up with you and you just didn't know, right?
You know what?
She always-
You know what? And let me tell you, I wasn't happy about what you did as a teenager, but now that you're grown up, you've really redeemed
Thank
yourself.
you. And it's all because of you.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, yes.
she, I was a teenager and I would, Kim Komando, and I'd be like, rebellious, like whatever, like, okay, Mom. And then now, obviously, now I'm older, and and Kim Komando rocks my world. So thank you so much for having me.
It's so sweet. Thank you.
So I was trying to do a search on Google for an autogenous vaccine for humans. And I was only coming up with information in the United States and not a whole lot of information. And I thought there's got to be a way that I can search globally for this. So a little bit of the backstory is my grandmother. Well, I have an autoimmune disease, and it stems from Sjogren's, and it's a rare, inflammatory myopathy, myositis disease. So I am it's pretty debilitating. And
Okay.
come to find out, my grandmother in the 1950s, also had this, and she had just given birth to my aunt, and she owned a pharmacy, and she had similar issues where she couldn't really do anything with her muscles, her arms. She couldn't hold her baby. And so they took her to Baptist Hospital in Winston-Salem. They took her to Duke Hospital. Nobody could figure out what was going on with her. And so because she and my grandfather owned a pharmacy, their primary care physician was right next door. And he was like, I know you guys have looked for everything. I did this study in Germany and on autogenous vaccines. Do you want me to try that on you? And she was like, anything to make me feel better.
For sure.
So they ended up doing it, and she went into complete remission. She lived into her mid-90s.
Wow.
To completely healthy, and so she had the same exact thing. But it took me a while to figure out that there was a connection. My aunt, thankfully, has the memory of an elephant, and so so now I'm on the search for a cure for me, because I've been through everything, and I'm just continuing to get worse. And so I was trying to search the autogenous vaccine. Yeah, a Google search on that.
Yeah, I mean, you can specify countries in Google. You could say Google Germany, and then it will pop up, and everything will be in German. And there's normally in the upper right-hand corner, when you do that, there's a link that says translated into English.
Okay.
You can also go into Google search settings, and there's something called region settings. And that's where you can say, do not use region-based results. But I want to do one better for you. Okay?
Okay.
I want you to fire up. I'm going to tell you what I would do. Okay. I would fire up DeepSeek. And have you heard of DeepSeek?
I have not.
Okay. DeepSeek is a Chinese AI that has stolen every piece of anything that has been written from anybody around the world.
That's so harsh.
It's true.
Wow.
It's scraping it, as I use air quotes.
Stealing it.
All right.
Okay. And I have used DeepSeek, and with great results. I had to have it analyze 58 gigs of data. Okay. That would have taken a human 3 weeks to do, that it did in 30 minutes.
Okay.
So with DeepSeek, everything that you just told me, I would put it into DeepSeek.
Exactly. Tell that exact same story that you just told us.
Okay.
And it will come back. I guarantee you, it's going to come back with something. Now, what I also want you to do, and by the way, if you're going to be using DeepSeek, keep in mind, I don't know what else it's getting on your computer. I mean, it is China. I only use it on a Chromebook. That's the only thing that I do with it.
Okay.
ChatGPT, I would pay $20 for ChatGPT Plus. Okay. When you do that, you get a button that says Deep Research. You click that button that says Deep Research, and it's going to go out through PubMed, ResearchGate, the World Health Organization, Europe PMC. It's going to go anywhere it can go to give you the information that you need. It's going to go everywhere.
Perfect.
And then when it gives you back this report, that's when you can say, I want to know more about this. I want to know more about this. What can you find about this? What in the 50s, there was this research that was done in Germany. Maybe it was Austria. Wherever you can find anything, come back and tell me. And I guarantee you, it's going to be amazing.
And another tip when you're doing that, you don't have to sit there and read the entire document. Just ask ChatGPT, hey, what are the mentions of Germany here? What are the mentions of viruses from mussels? Whatever it is, and it'll find the exact section for you and pinpoint it, so you don't have to sit there and read the entire research.
So, do you have what you need?
So DeepSeek, obviously, I wrote some notes down, ChatGPT, and then the Deep Research is what I'm going to look into.
Yeah, and you're going to need the ChatGPT Plus in order to get that Deep Research, $20 a month. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to call me back. I want to know exactly what happened. I want to know what you found out, if you were truly able to figure out what that vaccine was that your grandmother took in the 1950s that led her to have a healthy, long life.
I bet you she will. She's going to find it.
She will, 100%. Hey, listen, over 41,000 businesses have future-proofed their business with NetSuite by Oracle, the #1 cloud ERP, bringing accounting, financial management, inventory, and HR all into one fluid platform. NetSuite has added a range of new AI features to its product. And let me tell you, these updates are designed to help companies operate more efficiently. For example, the software can now automatically detect unusual activity in a company's financial data, allowing issues to be addressed quickly before they become bigger problems. It helps give you the visibility and control you need to make quick decisions. With real-time insights and forecasting, you're peering into the future with actionable data. And when you're closing the books in days and not weeks, you're spending less time looking backward and more time on what's next. NetSuite helps you respond to immediate challenges and seize your biggest opportunities. Download the CFO's Guide to AI and Machine Learning for free right now at netsuite.com/Kim. That's netsuite.com/Kim. All right, you hear the sirens and the flashing lights, and you're thinking, like, what the heck's going on? Well, that's when you can use a police scanner app. One to try is the 5.0 radio police scanner. It's free. It covers local, international channels, even a guide to some shootouts. Yeah. Next is Police Scanner Plus, access to over 40,000 stations, and you can actually record the audio for playback later. And finally, Broadcastify. It gives you live access to public safety audio from all across the country. Have you ever tapped into those?
I mean, I remember back in the day doing real police scanners, like sitting around it like it was an old-timey radio listening to it. Most of the time, like 99.9% of the time, it's just boring.
Well, they like big busts and they cannot lie.
All this. She only did this story for that joke. I'm telling you.
Not true.
I'm telling you.
Not true. Not true. Hey, coming up, there's a QR code diamond scam that's spreading. I'm going to tell you more about that here on the Kim Komando Show. Hey, passwords are the keys to our digital world, so why leave the door wide open? And if you're reusing passwords or even just tweaking them a little bit, you're making it so easy for hackers to just waltz right in. Now, NordPass can help. It's my favorite password manager, available for only $1.43 per month. That's right. Go to nordpass.com/Kim for my exclusive deal, just $1.43 per month. All right. Have you ever thought about what happens to your luggage when you lose it and nobody can ever claim it?
Yeah, it's gone forever.
No.
No?
It's sold at a place called Unclaimed Baggage. They've been doing it since 1970. And they just put out their found report, their annual found report of the strangest things that they have found in people's luggage.
Oh, I bet you some weird stuff.
Oh, you got to know it. Hey, Sonny, thanks for being here.
Hi, Kim. Thanks for having me.
You betcha. So, did you actually find a suit of armor?
We sure did, and this was not the first time. We have found multiple suits of armor over the years.
And I guess, so where would you use that, Andrew? What do you think?
Oh, that's just, if you're going out to a nice fancy dinner, you want to wear a suit.
Yes, suit of
And
armor.
you're in a bad neighborhood, so you need to be protected. Totally makes sense.
So what else is on your list?
And so, yeah, what you're saying is what we like to say is that every bag and every lost item tells a story. And so the fun part of that is imagining what it could be. But this year we captured what we like to call our top 40 finds that were the most wild, wonderful, or weird. Let's see. There was a real movie script from The Goonies.
Oh.
We found a glass eye, a toilet seat. Let's see, a $10,000 suitcase worth valued. Goodness, it's just, that is the top question that we get at Unclaimed Baggage is what's the coolest or most unique thing you've ever found? And we definitely have some stories to tell.
The toilet seat, I guarantee you, is from a germaphobe. Anytime they have to go to a public restroom, they just change it out with their own.
Okay. Chicken feet?
A freeze-dried chicken foot. That was one of my favorites, I think. That came directly from one of our baggage managers when I asked her, what's the weirdest thing that you found this year? And she said, it has to be the freeze-dried chicken foot. And I still don't know if that is, a type of delicacy eaten somewhere or
idea.
if it was for a pet or what. But how funny is that?
There's only one way to find out. You got to try it. Take a bite.
Right?
And so you guys, you collect all this stuff that you find in luggage and then you sell it.
Sure. So Unclaimed Baggage, we are the nation's only retailer of lost luggage. So there's a physical store in Northeast Alabama and an online store at unclaimedbaggage.com. And so airlines are successful in reuniting bags over 99.5% of the time, but we have partnerships with them. So for bags that go unclaimed, we buy them, they're brought to our facilities, and then we start going through the contents and finding all of these wild and wonderful things to either sell, recycle, or donate.
Okay, which, so this is a word to the wise. If you're going to be packing your toilet seat with you, bring it on your carry-on.
Right, it's important.
It is. Hey, Sonny, thanks for joining us. Coming right back, we have a QR scam I need to tell you about. Here's something that most people don't realize. It can take your brain up to 30 days to adjust to hearing better. That's why Here.com/Kim gives you a 45-day risk-free trial and lifetime support. Their high-tech Horizon IX hearing aids are known for delivering this crystal clear sound while filtering out the background noise. That's Here.com/Kim, Here.com/Kim. All right, if you get a diamond in the mail with a QR code that says, scan this for the warranty, guess what? It's what's doing is installing malware on your phone and tracking exactly everything that you do online.
But it's a real diamond, right?
Oh, no. Yes.
No?
Of course. It's a whole scam. Okay. Do you imagine? Look what I got, honey.
It just came in the mail.
Oh, lucky me.
It was this in the Sears catalog.
Hey, don't forget to enter and win that iPhone. Do it now. Last chance at winfromkim.com.